Good day everyone, we are the group 1 and we are the reporter for today. And our topic is all about ecological relationships. And for today, we will be tackling about the community interactions. Next to that is the 3 types of direct interactions. And lastly is the example of mutations. At the end of our presentation, our classmate will be able to differentiate the various ecological interactions, discuss the 3 types of direct interactions, appreciate the importance of mutualism, discuss commensalism and its significance. Lastly, identify and analyze environmental issues and concerns. Let's move on to community interaction. So first is competition. Competition when organisms of the same or different species attempt to use an ecological resource in the same time. It's when individual or population compete for the same resource and can occur within or between species. So it means it happens when organisms of the same or different species attempt to use an ecological resource in the same place at the same time. So it means it happens when two organisms rely on the same environmental resources. So like for example is ang dog. So there's a competition with the dog in that population because isa ra sila og kuan, isa ra sila og place, and at the same time isa ra sila ginakuhaan og source, like kanang sa mga stray dogs sa subdivision. So since subdivision is kanang isa ra man subdivision, no, so ang mga stray dog ana is isa lang ginakuhaan og resources or food. So magcompete ang mga other dogs sa ilahang kuan sa mga ilo kay para magcompete sila para makakuha og pagkaon for able them to survive. So the competition is generally observed for acquiring some limiting abiotic factor in the environment. For example, ana is competition in plants. So plants compete for water, lights, mineral and carbon dioxide. So there are also competition in animal. So competition in animal species compete for survival and reproduction. Like what I have said, that dogs, so they compete sila sa pagkaon for able them to survive and reproduction. Next to that is predation. Predation is an interaction where one organism captures and feeds on another organism, in which one population adversely affects other by direct attack but is nevertheless dependent on the other. So predation is when organism eats another organism to obtain nutrients. The organism that is eaten is called prey. So it means that ang predation daw is they need to hunt for their food. Ang ginahunt po na nila is ang other organism. So for example, ana is ang lion and zebra. So ang lion is ginahunt ang zebra, di ba? So as we can see katong sa TV nga, I forgot the title of the show, but ang lion is they are hunting zebras for able them to obtain nutrients. So ang tawag sa lion is predator. Why? Because predator means is they are the one who hunt and kill and assume. So ang tawag sa zebra is prey. Why? So prey is like what I have said, an organism. Prey is one organism that is eaten, or kanang organism nga ginahimo nila nga that turns into someone's dime. Kanang ginahimo nila nga pagkaon ba, tawag ana is prey. Lastly is symbiosis. Symbiosis comes from two Greek words that means with and living. Again, with and living. So symbiosis is a general term for interspecific interactions in which two species live together in a long-term and intimate association. So for example, ana is ang clownfish and ang anemone. So ang clownfish protects the anemone by chasing the butterfly fish. Butterfly fish is the predator. They are the one who kills the anemone. Additionally, the clownfish gives nutrients to the anemone because of its waste and kanang sa ilahang mga tae. And because of that, it helps to circulate the water around the tentacles. So the anemone have sting tentacles. Because of that sting tentacles, it protects the clownfish from the predators. So that's why it is symbiosis, because they live together and they live together in a long term and they have a intimate association. So they both benefits for each others. Without the clownfish, mapatay man ang anemone. Without the anemone, mapatay po dali ra po mapatay ang clownfish. So that is symbiosis.
Good morning, everyone. My topic is about 3 types of direct interaction. So there are 3 types of direct interaction, which is number 1, mutualism, number 2, commensalism, number 3, parasitism, and now I'm going to explain under the mutualism, which is the pollination. Pollination is the process where pollen is transferred from the male part of a flower, another to the female part stigma. This helps plants make seeds and fruits. So what the pollinator gets? So pollinator are animals that visit flowers. They benefit from flowers in different ways. So examples of food, they get nectar, high energy sugar food, and pollen rich in protein. Mating advantage, some bees collect special scents from flowers to attract a mate. Nesting material, some bees collect wax or other materials to build their nest. So pollinators get food and other useful materials from flowers. What the flowering gets? So the plant also benefits from pollinators. Efficient pollen transfer, animal carry pollen directly to another flower, which is more accurate than wind. Mixing of pollen, pollinators visit many plants which help mix pollen and prevent spreading. This makes stronger and healthier plants. So example of pollinators are bees, bats, and birds. Next is dispersal mutualism. Dispersal mutualism is a relationship between and animals where both benefit. Plants make fruits and animals eat them. The animals help disperse the seeds to new places. Some seeds only germinate after passing through the gut because the process helps break their seed coat. Next is cleaning mutualism. So cleaning mutualism is a type of relationship where two different species help each other. How it works: one species, the cleaner, gets food by removing and eating ectoparasites, parasites that live on the outside of the body like ticks or lice. The other species, the client, benefits by having its parasites removed without needing to clean itself. Both species benefit, so it's called mutualism. Next is defense mutualism. Defense mutualism is a relationship where one species protects another from predators or herbivores and in return receives food or shelter. Both species benefits. Example, ant acacia system. In the acacia tree and a relationship, what the acacia provides to ants: shelter. Ants live in the swollen bases or thorns of the tree. Food, special leaf, parts, nectar, or protein-rich structures provide nutrients for the ants. What the ants provide to acacia: protection. Ants are aggressive and attack anything that comes near the tree. They chase away insect herbivores that might eat the leaves. They can even fend off large herbivores like deer, cows, or humans who accidentally touch the tree.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My topic is importance in mutualisms. So, mutualism once thought to be important in the way nature worked because early naturalists observed that many organisms depends closely. Ang theory gaingon nga naituha ka possibility nga may tabo mutualist or mutualist population kay sa kadugayan nga panahon kay gadaghan sila ang mga species, no, o stable sila. Ang usa nga possible may tabo if madisturbo or mawala ang isa, naay possibility nga mogamay ang ilang population or ma-extinct sila. Next is commensalism happens when the one member of the association benefits and the other is neither help nor harm or interaction. So, like for example, naay bird, no, asyo kansi nga makita ninyo sa PPT nga gibuhat namo. So, naay bird o baka. So, ang bird nga nitungtong sa likod sa baka nakabenepisyo siya kay nakapahuway siya sa likod sa baka. Tapos, ang baka wala siya na-hurt, wala po siya nakabenepisyo sa bird. So, mao na siya ang ginatawag na one benefits, the other is an effect affected. Next is parasitism. This is a symbiotic relation between two organisms in which one species, parasite, benefits for growth and reproduction to the harm of the other species, host or interaction. Nasa picture, makita ninyo ang host o ang parasite. So, ang parasite mao ang kuto o ang goat mao ang host. Ang parasite makabenepisyo siya tungod kay gasupsop siya sa panit, no? Gasupsop siya sa panit sa host or ang dugo niya ginasupsop sa host. Dayon naapoy possibility nga ang parasite nagdala siya og sakit or bacteria nga makatakod sa host, mao nang may possibility nga ang host magkasakit.